As the economy revives, some fear we're seeing the kind of recovery that repeats much of what went wrong in the last boom, with house prices still unaffordable to many, reaching new highs in England, according to new statistics. Was this fear nagging at the Chancellor in Birmingham today, where he came to thank staff of Lloyds for helping him with the privatisation of their bank, which began last night?
There are some, like the Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyors, who think we risk a housing market bubble pretty imminently. Is that a risk that you worry about?
Well, the short answer is no, because I don't see the evidence of some housing boom out there. What I see is not only house prices 25% lower than they were, but mortgage approvals half what they were, transactions 2/3 what they were. In other words, we are a long way from a housing boom.
But official statistics published today showed house prices in England setting a new record, 0.9% above their peak of January 2008, and prices in the UK as a whole within a whisker of the peak. If this is a boom, however, it's concentrated on the southeast and London in particular, where house prices rose 9.7% in the past year, whereas in the northeast they fell 1.3%, and in Scotland they were 2% lower.
Hello, everybody.
The boss of Britain's biggest mortgage lender says the problem with the housing market isn't price, but something else.
We have to increase the supply of housing in the UK. And I think a discussion about, for example, how to make land more accessible for building or to make social housing more available is the right discussion to have, because that will be critical in order for more transactions to happen, not for prices to increase above inflation.
But the business secretary, Vince Cable, warned at the weekend that the Chancellor's ambitious Help to Buy scheme to guarantee the deposits on up to £130 billion of house purchases could overheat the market.
So those who say Help to Buy will stoke up a bubble are just wrong.
Well, I don't agree with that assessment. I mean, for a start, the actual main scheme hasn't even begun, and yet it's being blamed by some for house price inflation.
One very British fact is our obsession with our houses, which is why few politicians will ever say a fall in house prices might be a good thing. Robert Peston, BBC News, Birmingham.